Hey guys, it's me, Julia. In this video, I'll be going over practice test number 6, calculator section question 27. So let's get started. In the xy plane, the graph of 2x squared minus 6x plus 2y squared plus 2y is 45. Equals 45 is a circle. What is the radius of the circle? So this is a circle equation question. So whenever you are asked, what's the radius of the circle? Or what's the center of the circle? Or when you have this kind of formatted equation, then you can identify that it's a circle equation question. And to make this easier, here is the circle equation question. Equation x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared, and r is the radius and hk is going to be your center of the circle. So can you see the similarity? Well, actually, when you factor this out, it's going to turn something like this, and that's turning this to this is kind of easy. If you look at them individually, you've done it with several other types of questions. But then for this one, you need to turn it back to this equation. And some people get really confused with the radius and how it works. So I'm going to take you through that. So first of all, usually it's better if you don't have the coefficients to like more than one, meaning these 2, 6, 2, those are kind of in the way. So we're going to divide the whole thing by 2. So dividing whole thing by 2, it's going to be x squared minus 3x plus y squared plus y. Oh, and I forgot to mention, we don't want the coefficients for the one with the x squared, and everything else it's okay. Like for example, this minus 6x, that's okay because the x is not squared. But then for the rest, yes. So 45 divided by 2, that's going to be 22.5. Okay, that's 44, 45. Okay, good. So now we can factor it out. And how would we do that? Well, first of all, we need to look at, so you kind of need to think in reverse. So imagine this part right here, we're dealing with x's, so it's going to be the x minus h squared portion of the equation. So what we're going to do is we're going to put x, right? Because we don't want an exponent there. And it's going to be the h times 2 times x is going to be negative 3x. So we need to think in reverse. So that's going to be 3 divided by 2, right? And that's going to be negative 1.5. And we can always check by doing a reverse of the reverse. So x squared minus 1.5 times 2 times x, which is 3x. And then this is the most important part. Remember that that's not the end of the step of expanding this. You gotta square negative 1.5, right? So squaring negative 1.5, that is going to be, you can always use your calculator. Sorry, I'm gonna use that. I'm too lazy to. Okay, so that's going to be 2.25. Well then, then that won't be the circle equation, right? So we are going to, whatever that's supposed to be in this bracket, you will add it to the right-hand side of the equation. So we're going to get 2.25. So that's going to be added to 22.5. And then same goes for the y. In y's case, it's kind of easier. Y, we don't want the power, or we don't want the exponent. And that's going to be, so negative k times 2 times y is going to be plus y. What is it going to be? It's going to be negative. Yeah. Y plus 1 squared. So we can check it by doing the reverse of the reverse. Y squared plus 2y equals 2. Wait, hold up. I made a mistake. Sorry, guys. So sorry. I apologize. No, I needed to do 1 over 2. So that's going to be 0.5. And that's going to be y squared plus 1 y, which is y, plus 0.5 squared, which is 0.25. So this is right. Need to add 0.25. And we want to know the radius of the circle. So we don't, I mean, we need to do this calculation properly, but what matters the most is what you get here. I mean, this helps you get these two. So it's very important, but this is the final focus. So 22.5 plus 2.25 plus 0.25 is 25. So usually, most likely, when you're asked about the radius of the circle, it's going to be a perfect square. So it's going to be 9, 25, 64, 81. So that's when you know, like, oh, I'm doing this right, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, so we got 25 for this. So we already have this in this, the circle equation format, and we know r squared is 25. So we kind of need to equate those together. So you can't just say, oh, since it's on the right-hand side of the equation, 25 is going to be the radius. No, that's the biggest mistake you can make. And unfortunately, in the options, you don't have 25. You only have 5, 6.5, and root 40 of root 50. So that's when you know they're not trying to trick you for this question, but they usually have like 25 for the options, and then you're like, oh, 25 is right, and then that's going to be a careless mistake. But to avoid that, you're going to do r squared equals 25, and you're going to square, you're going to find the root for both sides because the root and the square cancel out, and that is going to be, oh, no. The radius is 5, and A is going to be your answer. So thank you.